drop.
Oh, hello, everyone. Wait. Should I go? Hello, everyone. We are waiting for the cue.
Q.
Pew, pew, Q. It is working. All right, well, maybe they can't see us, but they can hear us, so. No, they can see you. Oh, they can see me? Oh, I can't see myself. I'm so...
It's okay.
Right. You guys, we were having technical difficulties, and apparently it affected my brain. So you can see me, I can't see me, and that's why I didn't know I was starting.
Yep.
My whole bad, everyone. It's all right. We're going to have our wonderful conversation nonetheless, and per usual, I'm going to jump right into it since we were so late, and I thank you guys for your patience. So, Lucy is who is here today with us. Lucy Chakerian. She is
Hi.
The director of our enrichment center, Holy Trinity Armenian Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome,
Thank
Lucy.
you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for obliging so quickly.
Anytime.
You're awesome. Lucy John, we have a big proposal for our community.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into the proposal,
Mm-hmm.
I want the audience who might not know you,
Mm-hmm.
because
Sure,
you're
yeah.
my audience, I want the audience who doesn't know you to get to know you, because you are a gem of a person.
Thank you.
You've done wonders. You did not wait for permission to be handed out to you, and you did things per your principles and God's.
Definitely.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, principles given to us by God.
Mm-hmm.
And I aligned with you immediately as a person, as a woman,
Yep.
as an educator, and even though I was still an atheist at the time.
Yeah, I remember.
She's a pastor's wife. So. Please tell us a little bit about the Enrichment Center and give us a little bit of history about it.
Okay. Do you want a little bit of my history, like how it came to be, or?
Of course, I want
Okay.
all of it.
So we started HTAC, which was the church that we are in currently, in North Hollywood, about a little over 20 years ago. So at this time, I was still working at Burbank High School. I started working at Burbank High School in 2001. Prior to that, for 2 years, I taught in different private schools. So that really gave me the idea about, different structures of how schools and enrichment centers are done. And then fast forward during the dark times.
Dark time is from 2020.
2019, specifically in March, where everything was shut down. There was a whole bunch of moms. There was a lot of interest about putting together kind of something for the kids so that they'll hang out together and get to see each other as opposed to just being constantly online. And so I had this idea, which had been percolating in my mind for a long time, because I was thinking about, a different type of learning environment for my children. And so with that, after being 25 years at Burbank High, or almost 25 years, I decided to let go of that position and do something different. And so started the Enrichment Center right around the Middle Ages in the dark times where the toilet paper was running low, as you mentioned before. And
the toilet paper crisis.
And, and it's been about 4 to 5 years now, and it's been growing. And I love the parents that I work with. I love the amazing teachers that I have. I love the support that I get from the church because we are using the church grounds, and how supportive they are of supporting this ministry that we started. And so we utilize church building. It's fairly old, but they have classrooms, and that's kind of where we've set up. And then through this journey, I met Nar. We actually came together to talk about putting together homeschool
curriculum,
and project together. And we met several times and we automatically clicked. I loved her, even though I didn't even know her story, backstory and whatnot. But, you know, I was like, she's got a good head on her shoulders, you know? And then she brought her kids to the enrichment center and then our relationship grew even more. And so now, you know, I love working with you. I love what you do. This is amazing, you know. You're so educated and fun to be around, and you know, and you understand the needs, what the enrichment center needs. Not only that, but also like what we need as a community and how you support the community through this podcast. You know,
I love it.
Yep. And so yeah, I mean, after doing my master's degree and teaching for all those years, I mentored teachers at BHS. I was part of the mentorship program. So I worked with new teachers, old teachers, veteran teachers, and so it's been such a fun journey. And then when I set up the enrichment center, one of the things that I talked about was having a mission. Like, what was the purpose of it? You know,
yes,
couldn't just be I'm creating a place for moms to feel comfortable and bring their kids. No, it had to have a mission, and you know, the mission was to focus on the 3 parts of how we ought to love God, right, with our body, mind, and spirit. And so the enrichment concentrates on all those things, you know. And so we love what it's doing. We love how the kids are turning out, you know, and how they are learning, and you know, they enjoy coming to enrichment center. They love it. They love their teachers, and it's so great and encouraging to see that kind of environment that we have created. But now,
so beautiful.
We want to expand. In fact, the church is going through construction, hopefully, and so the idea is to support the church to expand and to go through this construction period and help them financially if we can, because it is going to be such a beautiful community that it's creating. And so you've been coming to HTAC, and you know that, you know, we're doing our best to reach out to the young generation to help them to have a home, you know, for them to feel comfortable coming to church and coming to this like family that they've created. And so, and wouldn't it be nice to have all these other amenities to be able to support that growth, you know, not just for the school, but also for the church, you know.
It's literally what we should be doing as a community. Definitely. We have a hub of it's a sanctuary you've built, really. Yes, we can learn anywhere. We can go to any school. We can learn from home. We can learn from the internet. But that's not the whole point of just a school. Right. It's a community. It's a legacy. It's, you know, you're preparing your children to live amongst each other and develop businesses together and grow together, pretty much. What do you think happens when people send their kids to Yale and Harvard and all that stuff?
100%. You know, that's the whole idea, right?
Exactly.
They kind of network and they grow into, they start to support their alma mater, as we were kind of talking about that too. And it's so important for them to have that community that that could be proud of, you know, that they can love and support as they grow older.
And the way that they're going to be grateful, and I don't know if you want to use the word proud, but like, honor what you've built. So you're not going to live forever, right? But your legacy will live forever if you build it the correct way, and the right people come through and they birth the next generation of those who see the vision that you've seen and planted the seed, and now the tree's growing. Like, this is what I want to encourage parents who are watching right now to activate you in a way that, like, you're not activated yet. Yes, you're sending your child to the enrichment center. You are doing that, but imagine, if you will, you're growing a community of like-minded people who we've already been vetted, right? Yep. We've already been vetted. We vetted ourselves. We vetted each other. We love each other's kids. We love each other. We hang out with each other whenever we can. Like, it's a great community of people.
It really is. I mean, a blessing. Every single parent that we have is literally a blessing. And so the way that they work together, And then even the staff, everyone just how much they love the kids, and that's so important because it's not just about the teaching.
Right. And the kids love the staff too.
Exactly. And so, and to see that there is going to be something that we're going to look forward to, that it's going to grow and build that community even more. I'm excited about it. I'm praying that God gives us the ability and all the necessary tools that we need or that we need to use to be able to do what we have to do.
We have all the resources. Every single parent there is a resource.
Yeah.
And again, that's why I invited you today, so we can have a conversation to activate those exact parents. Because imagine, if you will, like we've already taken, if it's a 4-step program that we're in, we've already brought our kids, step 1. Step 2 now is to continue building.
Yep.
Okay, we're in phase 2. We're in building phase. If we don't continue building right now and we will just let the ball drop, and if you let the ball drop, someone else is going to pick it up, and you're not going to be the first one here anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's important for me, but it's like, I think it's important. We're already here first. We're the building blocks of this community.
Exactly.
So let's be strong about it.
100%. I mean, as we are growing, we obviously right now are at capacity completely. But as we're growing, I'm thinking about, there's a lot of wear and tear, right? So it'd be nice to kind of have things that kids could look forward to as we're expanding,
Yes.
One of the things that the church is building is not only a social hall, but in that social hall, we would have a gymnasium. So imagine the possibilities of having after school sports, not only for our kids, but the community kids, or inviting all these other teams to come and play and building upon that, not only, the Armenian community as well. So just having that ability to be able to build something like that and then have our kids utilize that, it would be so amazing, But we can't do it because obviously finances is what's required until we get to that point where we actually are able to build and help. The church during those dark times was doing so many different ministries. They were doing the food ministry, they continued with the Saturday school, and so there was a lot going on that they were trying to reach to the community and help the community as much as possible. So we as a community can't just take, right? We have to give back. And for that, to see the bigger picture, to build that legacy as you're talking about, of having an amazing area where our kids can feel safe and come, from all around of that, North Hollywood area, just feeling safe and coming to utilize the sports ministry or the tutoring ministry or, even being part of the enrichment, and so much that we can do. But again, we need that support to be able to do this big project, as you mentioned earlier. You
know what I love about this so much? Okay, in like 2019 December, I went to a church with a friend of mine, and we recorded this, and I even got like 10 people to pledge $1,000 donations to get this exact thing that you're talking about built in a school. It was on Sherman Way, the church, the big one. But my point is, it didn't go through because then March 2020 came around and the shutdowns happened and everybody just like went MIA from anything at all. Yep. What I'm trying to say is, despite that, I still aligned with somebody who has that same vision. Yep. And it doesn't have to be me to do that thing for it to happen. What I can do as a person is recognize who is doing that thing and go support that thing with that person leading the way, and invest myself into that thing and grow as a community, as a group, and not have an ego about it either, everybody.
Yep. I mean, in the family, yes, there's going to be disagreements. In the family, yes, we are going to, have issues with one another. But the beauty of being a family in God is that we recognize that we are all fallen and that God is graceful and that we extend that grace to one another. And so because of that, because of how much God loves us and because of that love, that we're able to recognize each other's visions and see the benefits of what we're doing, and that we could see that it's not for us we're doing this,
Right.
So we're doing this for our kids' kids, and their kids, because this is going to live on, and this is going to be their church, this is going to be their school, this is going to be their community, and that they're going to utilize for their own children. So wouldn't we want the best for that, to invest the best? Because we are investing in our children, so that's what we need to do. We need to continue that investment.
I 100% support that. And like I said, I, as an atheist, coming to God and then recognizing the people who are doing the work for God, it's so different, because like why I went into atheism was because I just didn't trust the believers. And whatever my reasoning was, it was just, I didn't resonate. And now when I'm like more understanding of God and I see people who are about God and they're doing the thing that they're supposed to do, it gives me more hope to do the thing that I'm supposed to do. Yeah,
because selfishness will always pop out. When someone's doing it for the wrong reasons, you'll know, you pick it up, especially because God gives us that discernment if you ask him for that wisdom to know what is the right place or where is the right place to go. And so we're not doing this out of any, selfish reasons. We want this to be left for our children and grandchildren and so on. And that's the beauty of it, It's not about us. It's about what God is going to do in that center or in the church. So that's the best part about it.
We are literally serving the ones who God wants us to serve the most.
Yeah, and he wants us to serve everyone. He wants everyone to be saved. So if we can be part of that, we can help with that, then we've done our part. Then we've.
I mean, look at your church, you guys. I don't know if you noticed it, but I noticed it. When I started attending, the seats were less full.
Yeah.
And now we have everyone from 0 age to 99.
Amen to that. Yeah.
And I love seeing all the kids. I love seeing all the babies. I love seeing all the pregnant women. I love seeing all the young women and men who are yet not married. That could be such a, it could be such a place to, find that community. Not community.
That family, that love. Yeah.
Yeah. Like companionship. Yeah. Companionship for the single people. Where else than under God's house to meet somebody? I'm just saying, it's a good place.
It is.
Yeah.
My husband always says, you don't go to McDonald's to buy sushi. So there you go.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it has been growing, thank God, and we have so many young people that are like, you know what, this is our church. I'm completely surrendering to God, and so I'm going to do my best. And that's how communities grow, is when people take on that charge and just continue doing what they need to be doing. It's not, I'm not just going to church because what can God do for me,
Right.
They're going to church because they love God and they want to show the entirety of their families and why they love and who this God is that they love. So it's amazing
beautiful
to see what they've been doing. I mean,
worship night, for example. Shout out to the ladies who've been organizing that.
I know.
Everyone
Christine,
who participates.
Ani, and they have a worship committee.
Yeah.
They're just everyone. That's
they're
part
doing
of it.
really nicely decorating the place.
So cute. I love it.
Shout out, ladies. We see you.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they did such a fabulous job. And it's like they love it because they see the people coming and worshiping, and they even set up all these beautiful treats
Candles,
outside.
yeah.
I mean, it's just you could tell that they're not doing it for, again, selfish reasons, that they're doing it because they love God and they love the community, so they want to see it expand, to
reflect that. Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's beautiful in and of itself, and it takes a load off of you guys.
Definitely.
You're already doing what you're supposed to be doing. Other people are supposed to come in and hold their side up.
Exactly. It's everything is in seasons, right? Like right now, that's not my season in life. That's their season. This is what they're doing. And so I'm called to a different ministry. God has put me in all these. I mean, I was a youth leader. I went to camps with the kids. I don't know, I was college, I helped George in college group. I mean, so I've done all of those things that, you know, wherever there was a need. You know, when we started the church, there was like 3 of us literally doing everything, setting up communion, you know, youth group, this, that. And so when I reflect on that and I think about everybody is doing their part, is just amazing to me, you know, that how much they've grown in their relationship with God and then what they're doing as a response to that. But that's the thing, you know, again, it's not ours. It belongs to God. All of this belongs to God. You know, the church, the school, the ministries, everything. So if we can be that pebble in that and do something about it, then we do something about it. And especially, I know that you've been posting about the gala as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask about it.
Yeah. So some of the moms, again, see how much I love my moms. They're just so amazing. They're like, you know, Lucy, what could we do? How could we help? And then I said, you know, I have this idea. I want to do a fundraiser, but I am clueless when it comes to finances and fundraisers and things like that. And I said, what do you think we should do? And just this one mom who I told, Mary, she said, okay, I'll think of something. I'll figure it out. And then next thing I know, she's creating chats and, you know, she's doing all this stuff. She's looking up places and just... you know, and this is where we're at right now. And we put together this gala, which is intended for fundraising for the not only the church construction, but also the HTA construction. So it's June 1st. It's $100 a ticket. It's a black and white affair. And again, they could... You know, they don't have to necessarily be there, but they can donate if it's something that it's not doable. So
No.
They need to be there.
They need to be there. So you need to send a proxy. You need to send grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, next door neighbor, someone who owes you a favor. Your seat needs to be filled. Yeah. Your seat needs to be filled. You cannot, no. If your child is coming to this school and you are not participating in this event, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to shame you or anything. I'm just going to tell you, please send a proxy, because it's not the $100. Let's be honest here. Look, it's going to take $1 million to build this thing. Over $1 million.
Yeah.
So your $100 is not necessarily going to be like the thing that's going to help build it, but it's going to be a drop in the bucket closer to the...
Exactly.
Oh, anyway.
Exactly. And then...
She doesn't know I'm doing a podcast. It's okay.
And then also a lot of the moms who, again, volunteered to offer some of their products, like you're offering, you know, your business
coaching
consultation,
service,
coaching, Mariana, Greta, all of these moms that are like Allah, who, you know, is constantly posting.
All the entrepreneur moms.
Yeah, God bless her. And all the moms that are you know, are posting and, you know, and they're part of, if you look at our flyer, you'll see all those who are part of it. But they're doing their best to offer these products so that we can host a silent auction as well, and be able to offer, you know, something in return to whatever that they're getting. And that's going to go also, all the proceeds, everything that we do is going to go straight to construction funds. In fact, Mary set up a specific email account for all the fundraising that's happening. So we're trying our best. This is, again, like you said, it's just a drop. We're not, obviously, it would be great if someone said, you know what, I believe in this. Here you go. Here's all the money you need, which would be amazing. Whoever you are, you're out there, you know, and tax write-off.
Tax write-off. Yeah, exactly.
So if
you're going to go buy a Tesla, come invest in the church instead.
Give the Tesla to the church.
Yeah.
No, so it would, so the idea would be, you know, whatever we can collect, whatever that we can donate or whatever we can help with, it would help a ton, you know. And for us to feel good about that this is what we're building for our future generations, you know. And like we were talking about it, I'm not going to be around for a long time, you know, whoever that is going to carry on.
No, not for a long time, forever.
You're
going to be around for a long time.
Yes, I'm not dying. I'm stay right here. So then the idea is, you know, I want someone to carry that torch and continue and to see this as what we've seen it, you know, and how we see this. And so hopefully
They do see it.
Hopefully then when they do see it, they, want to help out and come to the gala. It would be really fun. Like I said,
Yeah.
Very classy evening that the ladies had planned.
Black and white attire.
Yes. So food,
you can literally be dressed beautifully, like
maybe like her, not like me.
we're wearing the same thing. No, look, the gala is going to be great.
Yeah.
If everybody comes, we need 150 people to show up at least.
Yep.
Okay. If everybody comes, it'll barely be like maybe 10K we raise.
Yeah.
7K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
minus the expenses and everything.
Yes, imagine.
We're trying to get to know all of us. We're trying to get to know what the resources are, you guys. I'm talking to the audience. That's why. We're trying to get to know who can do what so we can further this project along, and not just for this build out, but for many build outs to come.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's great because, one of our parents who is a contractor, constantly, anytime something breaks, I call him, and he comes and he fixes it. And so imagine not having to worry about that constantly, that this needs to be fixed or that needs to be fixed. And, that we have this amazing space to work with and the things that we can do in this amazing space that once we have it, whether it's conference rooms that are being built. I don't have an office, so it'd be nice to have an office, you know? But that's secondary.
Office hours with Lucy.
Not important. I don't mind roaming. I'm that roaming principal. I have no problem with that. I need like a roaming desk. Yeah, I'd be good at that.
Just like a golf cart.
Yeah, I love being in to see what my teachers are doing. I love walking around, so it's really fun for me to see some of the different strategies that they're using to teach. So, but other than that, it would be nice to have offices, where we can have meetings and or conference rooms or youth room or game room or just all of these. The possibilities, again, are endless that what the construction is going to do, and then the most important, the gymnasium. I mean, like I said, imagine the sports teams, imagine all the things that we can do and all the parents that could get involved. And who knows how much talent I have still that I have not tapped into the parents that have amazing talents,
This is why the gala is important, so we can get to know each other and people can activate themselves and see how they can invest.
Yep.
And themselves, not just like money, not monetarily, you can only take us so far,
Exactly.
And also, I want to actually add the CEO Act, Children's Educational Opportunity Act.
Yes, okay.
We're aiming to get this on the ballot. This is an initiative, so it's not a bill. Forget bills. Bills are evil. Initiatives are for the people, by the people. And if we can get this bill, this initiative on the ballot for 2026, it would give each student $17,000 to a lot. It's like a charter program, exactly how Sky Mountain is. But like the students can now use that fund to give to Holy Trinity Enrichment Center.
Yep. There's so many grants, and that's another thing. Like, I would love, again, to use that talent that we have out there. So many grants for educational centers.
Yeah.
What do we need to do to get those grants? There are a ton of people who are willing to donate something or another.
You wouldn't need a donation if this passed, though.
Yes, true.
Because it would just be the money that they would give to the school.
To the school, yeah. They do have that. They did pass something. I can't remember which state, but it's
Arizona.
They did a religious charter that you're allowed to have. So, what an amazing concept, right?
Yeah.
But we are not. So that's kind of where we fall short of it in California. It's unfortunate.
The money will come because the vision is clear.
Yep.
All you have to do is continue building it with our support, however we can support, however we can become a conduit for the finances to roll through, because the money is going to help us build what the vision is.
Yep.
Yep. It's not going to get us wealthier, but it's going to definitely get us richer.
And richer in Christ.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And again, it's for our children. I would love to know that our kids or my grandkids are enjoying all of these things that we left 100%. Behind for them to do, they could be proud of and say, oh, our parents were the ones that, that helped build this, or what an amazing thing to say and be proud of. And that's the other thing, that's when all these, like we look at all these Armenian schools, it's the alumni that come back and help and support and, continue on the legacy. So
exactly. So yeah, if you want to honor the school that your children are going to and honor the people who are there, not school, sorry, but enrichment center.
Yeah.
It's like a school. School is a place you go learn.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anyway, if you want to honor that, then please consider sending someone if you're not going to come to the gala, and buying the ticket and donating.
And being a donor too.
Being a donor,
that's another thing that they can do if they can't come, because some families have babysitting issues or whatever the case may be. So, like you said, send a proxy. But if they're unable, then obviously donations are welcome, and we definitely can use whatever that we get to help build. So, and I don't think we have a tier system of donations because it's open concept.
Right.
We don't want to have pressure, or if donate this much, then you'll, everybody, whoever donates is going to have their logo or their QR code or whatever be present somewhere at the hall, whether it's through the PowerPoint that's being created or the banner that's being created. So there will be recognition for your business / whatever that, if you want to be a donor for that too. So, let us know, and let Nara know or myself, and we can get that information to you.
I'm going to be selling tickets tomorrow after 3 p.m. Yeah, 3 p.m. on site.
Yep.
So if you're a parent and you're watching this, please prepare.
She's gonna be there.
Please prepare your money and come with cash in hand.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna have my clipboard with me, like I did with my conflict manager clipboard. I
was a conflict manager hat.
I was a conflict manager in elementary school, so would tell people what to do during conflicts. But this isn't a conflict. We're not going to have a conflict. You're just going to bring me money, and I'm going to give it to Lucy. There's no conflict.
That's great.
Thank you so much, Lucy John. You rock.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. This is my first time being here and a podcast, and this is really fun. Yeah.
I'm so glad you had fun. I had a great conversation too, and I hope that people got the message. So if you didn't, we'll send it to you in your DM.
Yeah, Nara will take care of it.
Yes.
She takes care of everything.
Thank you, Lucy John. You rock.
Love
and
you.
Everyone, by the way, my book dropped today, book number 3. Before You Die, read this. It's called A Kingdom Guide to Your Purpose Without the Excuses. So I've actually used biblical principles to write this book, and use my own experiences to reflect.
So it's like your testimony.
Yeah, it's a testimony, and it's a workbook as well. So you actually fill in spots for you to write in.
Okay.
It's on Amazon. It went live finally today. 2 times it got delayed, but it doesn't matter. It's live now. So thank you guys. Get it on Amazon and let me know what you think. Thank you so much, Lucy John, and I'll see you at the Enrichment Center tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Let it drop. Let it drop.